Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Make sure to check out our sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They want to buy your cell phone, old, broken, or you're just trying to get rid of it. You can contact them right at the number on the screen, text or call. Also, their social media and website is in the description if that's more convenient. If you share their social media accounts on social media, get a chance to win an iPhone. Go check them out. All right, man, we back. Goodfellow Sports TV. David Benavidez did an interview with Fight Hype. I'll put that link in the description on the source link if you missed it. He did a few of them talking about a couple things, but he talked about Caleb Plant. He talked about Jermall Charlo. He actually said Jermall Charlo was a tougher fight for Caleb Plant because Caleb Plant belongs at 160. Let's talk about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And like I told you guys, what my guys told me is that David Benavidez didn't want to fight with Caleb Plant. Okay, I got a few things for him, and I don't dislike the guy. We just talking about a lot of inconsistencies. But when you hear PBC fighters say they saying they ducked the fight and there was no offer, I never seen a contract. That's how you know they ducking, bro. When he said that, it confirmed everything that my man's told me. And he said it. He said, "Well, they said I'm ducking. I never received the offer." What's being done is they're out. They did preliminary talks. Caleb Plant really want to fight. That's all I can say. They did preliminary talks, and they saying that Benavidez pricing itself out, and they saying they not ready. Everything Caleb Plant saying is factual. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you got people that don't want to believe it. They saying this is what this guy say, this is what that guy say. I can tell you for a fact that David Benavidez and his team don't want that fight. You can listen to the interview, you can tell it for yourself. Well, I never sent the offer. I'm not about to send a contract if I'm Al Heyman or whoever the fuck I am over there, and you're not agreeing to terms. You got to agree to terms before we can write up a contract. So that's bullshit. So when these dudes say, well, I never seen the contract, so did I duck? When we try to enter negotiations for terms for a fight, you start pricing yourself out of money. You start, saying this, that, and the third. The dude don't want to fight. I understand. What, he 23 years old, 24 years old? It's cool. But don't sit here and try to sway the public. And then he goes around. I'm going to get to Charlo in a minute. But then he goes around and says, who is Caleb Plant? Who have you beaten? You know what I'm saying? Like, these boxers are delusional. This motherfucker, like he went out there and beat Archie, Michael Spinks, Joe Calzaghe, Andre Ward. Like, dude, you fought Ronald Garville and got dropped. And I scored it for Garville by a point, not saying it was a robbery. You got dropped. You got dropped by Ronald Garville. Do he forget that? You fought Porky. He fought Porky. You stopped Porky. Give your hand clap. Who else you fought? Anthony Durrell was old as it. Some people thought he lost to Avi Uterman, who Chris Eubanks Jr. blew out. Chris Eubanks Jr.? You failed the drug test for cocaine. Don't forget, in the Ronald Garville rematch, you hired Alex Ariza and you look like Super Mario when he got the star. So let's not forget these things. It seems like it's a lot of dirt on Benavidez's name. But he said, and I can see him beating Caleb Plant. The longer they wait, now I've said this, the longer they wait, it's some things he got to work on. And he said, well, Caleb Plant says, Ben was like, Caleb Plant said your work ethic is one of the reasons why he'll win. He got a better work ethic. Benavidez, he was saying, blew up to 220 pounds between camp. Stuff, well, nobody knows my work ethic. Like, dude, we do know you got caught with powder on your nose. So, your lifestyle is starting to show. We know versus Garville, you got tired. These are things we do know. You hired Alex Ariza, and all of a sudden you became having superhuman stamina. So maybe he has corrected that. But yeah, he got a good game plan. It sounded like to beat Caleb Plant. Go to the body, apply pressure, use his jab. But he just clumsy with his footwork. But the good thing about the Plant fight for him is Plant hasn't really figured out how to fight guys like him. He said, well, Plant started to fight. He dropped Uzataki, 2 or 3 times? When Plant figure out that you don't have to move back all the time, and if he sit down on his punches, dude, he'll beat that guy. Push him back, sit back on his punches, use your angles, you know what I'm saying? When he get ready to punch or when you get done working, hold him, spin him out. That's all you got to do. Benavidez It's an easy fight if he hold his position, if he hold his ground. It's easy. Use his jab, get off with his combinations, and he don't have to move so much. You know, when Benavidez trying to get off, just move off the spot and make him reset. Look, you know, Darrell didn't have enough. He didn't have enough left. And he never really had a slick upside game. Slick game up top. All Plant got to do is feint, slip, and hold his position. He ain't got to move around, but he can't help but move around. All he got to do is just move enough. Hold his ground, sit on his punches. You know what I'm saying? And push Benavidez back. That's it. Benavidez ain't got shit. No, he ain't got no boxing game on the outside. He ain't got no back foot game. Push that motherfucker back. I'll be working on getting on the inside, and grinding them down. And fighting them on the inside and just pushing them back and grinding them down. That's what I'll be working on. And then I can switch it up down the stretch and box and stick and move. But right now, I still favor Caleb Plant to beat him. But as time goes on, if he don't outgrow the weight class, then I think Benavidez to get better. And the longer it go, the more I would favor him. If they fought right now, Plant too much for him. You know, he could talk about who Plant did and who Plant didn't fight. You ain't fought nobody neither. You ain't fought one fighter like Plant. Not one. You know, so at the end of the day, his win over Uzatagi is better than any win you got at the division. You could beat this Alexis or Romero guy. I'm not impressed. Ronald Garville was, you know, it was meant for you to give you the belt. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Darrell, he wasn't at his best. All right? I think he's past his prime. So, Porky Medini, I both fought Porky. So, you know, I just flabbergasted that, you know, some of the reality that these boxers see. He hasn't fought anybody. You ain't fought nobody. But he talked about Charlo. He said Charlo was a tougher test for Caleb Plant. You know, I think he's basically saying Charlo probably going to grow into 168 better than Caleb Plant is. And at the end of the day, Charlo hasn't proved nothing at 160. So why the fuck would I believe he proved he could do something at 68? He didn't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. He ducked him. Didn't want to fight Canelo Alvarez. He ducked him. He got beat really by Matt Korobov. Both Charlo should have lost that night. He got beat by Matt Korobov. Only thing he done was struggle with some 154 pounders. He struggled with Brandon Adams. And he banged out Dennis Hogan. He beat Hugo, who was a 54 pounder, Hugo Centennial Jr. Okay? He beat Jorge Sebastian Highland with the one leg. What if Charlo proved at 160? And you can make a case he proved nothing at 54. He did beat Austin Trout, but he struggled. Then he beat J-Rock. Okay? So, you know, he more experienced in what way? Because he been around a little bit longer than Plant. He don't have the biggest wins. J-Rock and Austin Trout still his biggest wins. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, maybe he got respect for him, but the way Jermall was talking, and it seemed like David Benavidez really had that same malice, or maybe he didn't see the call out. I don't think he had that same malice. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have that same energy about fighting Jermall Charlo. So, you know, that's kind of been a theme in boxing. With guys rather fighting the guys that's the best in their division, they'd rather move up and fight other guys in other divisions. So, at the end of the day, I still wanted to see Charlo and Andrade. We can move on from that. If they give us Charlo and Benavidez before Caleb Plant, I'll take it. I believe Benavidez should beat Charlo. But he said it might be a more entertaining fight because they both go in there looking for the knockout. Charlo do have a wide frame. He do got a good jab. It'll be an interesting fight. Who will be stronger? Who will be more powerful? I think Charlo got the speed advantage. You know what I'm saying? I think he got the better jab. You know, it depends on who's taking steps back. I mean, that's a good fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't mind seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Charlo got a straight. I think Charlo would have a chance in that fight. He would. Benavidez, like he said, he don't have no experience versus no top level guy. I wouldn't say Charlo was a top level, elite level guy because he hasn't proven that to be at middleweight. But he'd be the best guy Benavidez or Plant ever fought, straight up and down. He would definitely be the best. You know, and I think size-wise, Charlo will compare better to better versus Plant. That'd be an interesting fight, but the issue with him fighting Plant is that he had issues with slick fighters. You know what I'm saying? He got issues with those dudes. You know, even J-Rock was landing some good shots on him before he got clipped. And even Austin Trout was landing some good shots on him before he got clipped. So if you're able to move off the mark, stick and move and slip, Plant may be able to eat up Charlo. But I think Charlo got a better chance of beating Plant than Benavidez. But we'll see, man. But in his mind, that may be the tougher fight. I don't think he want to give Caleb Plant no credit. But then again, he the one that's running from the fight. You know what I'm saying? PBC, they said they wanted to make this fight this year. And even before the coronavirus, Benavidez was trying to get the fuck up out that fight. He didn't want to fight. So at the end of the day, I'm not trying to hear, I didn't get a contract and this, that, and the third. And when they start saying that shit, man, you don't just get a contract. Nobody going to hire a lawyer to write this contract out and then send it to you until you agree to terms. We talking about venue. We talking about money. We talking about who name on the poster first. We talking about who get the home away locker room. You talking about a whole bunch of little shit. All that. So nobody about to write a contract up, then keep modifying it. You agree to terms, then they send a contract. When they brought the terms to you, he was pricing himself out, asking for outrageous concessions and all types of shit. He didn't want to fight. I'm tired of just watching these fighters sit here and lie about the situation. And the first thing they say, well, I never see the contract. Yeah, we know because you didn't want to agree to terms. It's just it's stupid. It's ludicrous. That's what it's becoming. It's becoming very, very ludicrous out here in these streets, man. It's certain dudes that y'all think that's real that really ain't real, that really don't want to smoke. And that's just the God honest truth about a lot of these fighters out here. But, man, y'all know what it is, man. It's Goodfellas Sports TV. I appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, response, your video requests, keep sharing the videos, want to make a donation to the channel, Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate personally is to share the video. But, hey, let me know what you guys think. I put the Fight Hype article in the description. The link in the description where he talked about, basically Charlo, Benavidez, a little bit about Benavidez about Charlo, Plant. He talked a little bit about Canelo, Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, and it sounded like Billy Joe may want to retire or something like that. I heard that. Who cares? But hey, appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Y'all know what the business is. Make sure you follow my other channel, Marcy Sports Talk, for more Detroit talk. Appreciate y'all. We gone.